Hey, Math 20-2. So we're going to start 8.1, so Chapter 8 in your textbook, comparing and interpreting rates. Just right off the bat, though, I'd like you guys to write down on your sheet what I mean by rate. So a rate is a comparison of two amounts that are measured in different units. So what I mean by that is it might be like, $4 per. So it's something like $4. Dollars for 10 kilograms of something, right? So that's a rate. This one has units of dollars. This one has units of kilograms. Another example of this would be like, I don't know, you're going 42 kilometers in 1 hour. Those are two different rates. Again, you're comparing it. So this is what I mean by rates, just two different units. And then the next one down here says unit rate. This is a rate where the value of the second term is 1. So it's not really any more complicated. This just is the way we usually want to talk about things. So I'd say instead of being like, $4 for 10, a unit rate would be like 40 cents. It's written like that, for 1 kilogram. So that's, the second term is just 1. And another way of writing that, so you're probably used to saying like, your speed. An example of this might be that you're going 100 kilometers per hour. So that means you're going 100 kilometers every 1 hour. So that's an example of a unit rate. Okay, so if we go down here, let's try a few here. It says determine the unit rate, so we want the second one to be 1 for each of the following scenarios. Super Saver Drugstore is advertising Halloween treats at 1.4 kilograms for $11.95. $11.95. Okay, so for this one though, if we look at 1.4 kilograms for $11.95 in dollars, usually when we talk about these things though, we like to talk about like how many dollars per kilogram of something. If you go to the grocery store, that's typically the way you'd see it. So I'm going to do that too. I'm going to call this like the first thing, and this the second thing, or the second term that we're going to use. So what we need to do first is set up a ratio. So this is going to be, if this was $11.95 over 1.4 kilograms. This is saying it's $11.95 per 1.4 kilograms. What I'm going to do is say, well, that's going to be equal to something over 1 kilogram, because I want in the unit rate, I want the second one to be 1, right? That's going to be something over 1 kilogram. So all we have to do here now is you can actually just cross multiply. So it would just be 1 kilogram, so starting down here, times that, divided by this, gives us that. So if you do that, you end up going, well, 1. So this kind of step doesn't really matter because it's 1, right? So 1 times 11.95 divided by 1.4. And that's equal to 8.5. So we ended up with $8.5 per 1 kilogram. So that's what we do when you cross multiply that way, but you kind of see that. I just wanted to show you what's actually happening while you're doing it. Really, all we had to do to figure out how much it was over 1 kilogram is we just had to divide our two numbers. That was it, right? Because I just went 1 times this divided by that. So the 1 didn't really come into play at all there. All I really had to go was $11.95 divided by 1.4, and that gave me 8.5. And now the way you'd write this is that it's going to be, $8.5 dollars, and then just per kilogram. So you can kind of see that I've got this little slash here, right? That just means like divided by kilogram. So really, technically, the way you'd write this was like this, actually. 8.5 divided by 1 kilogram. But you'll see in the supermarket and all over the place that we kind of do it shorthand as $8.5 and then a slash. That's the same as just the division symbol. And then per kilogram, right? So 8.5 per kilogram. Okay, so that would be your base unit, or your unit rate. Okay, Grand Groceries advertising Halloween treats. Can't get rid of that thing. Okay. 450 grams for $3.99. So again, what I'm gonna do is just go 450 grams per. Actually, other way around. Dollars per gram. So we're gonna go $3.99 per 450 grams. So again, all you need to do is just divide these two. Just go $3.99 divided by 450, and you end up getting. So I just wanted to show you guys this now. So when I put this into my calculator here, $3.99 over 450 grams, I ended up with this number up here, right? 0.008. And remember, this is like a dollar value. It's saying this many dollars per gram in this case. So we're trying to figure out how much it would be per 1 gram. So that would end up being this. That's not even 1 cent, right? I would have to round up here to even get to 0.01 dollars or 1 cent. So this might not be the best way to do it. In this case, it looks like it would actually be like 0.00, what was it, 9. So not even a full cent, right? So you could kind of talk about it in those terms. But what's probably going to be a better way to do it, and actually it will kind of help us out for part C as well, is what I would probably do with this question here, 450. We usually don't measure food, well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes we measure food in grams, but sometimes it's in kilograms. So what I do is change this into kilograms first. So what I'd like to do is change this into grams, so that the only reason is so that I can look at this answer and compare it to this one. So if it's in dollars per kilogram, I'd like this one to be in dollars per kilogram, not grams as well. So just as a little review, if you guys go to your formula sheet, oh, can't click on it. So that's your guys' formula sheet, right? Make sure you have this. I've got a few conversions that we're going to use for this unit. I also have this metric scale here, so I don't know if you guys kind of remember this, but it helps you go from one unit to another. So it kind of shows here that like K and then base, right? Those are the two we're dealing with. So in this case, right now, I'm at 450 grams, right? I'd like to be at kilograms. So according to your formula sheet, it's 3 different, right? From kilograms to the base unit. In this case, the base unit is grams. So if I want to change 450 grams into kilograms, all you gotta do is imagine, okay, there's a decimal at the end of this thing, right? Kilograms is gonna be a smaller number, right? Because the kilograms are big, so I'm gonna have less of them. So it was 3 over on that chart. So in this case, we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3 over as well. So this would be just 0.45 kilograms, and you don't need the 0 on the end, right? I could write it, but it doesn't really need it. So that's all this was, right? That many kilograms. So now all I gotta do is the same thing. So I'm just gonna go $3.99. Oh, there goes my baby crying. Okay, I think she's done. All right. So yeah, just put this straight in your calculator. So we've got $3.99 divided by 0.45. And you can see that now I've got 8.67, right? $8.67 per kilogram. That was right? 8.67. Whoops, sorry, that was 8.87. Right. And now, and that was kilograms, or sorry, dollars per kilogram. Dollars per kilogram. So now we can compare these two, right? We've got this one and we've got this one. And we can see that the first one was actually going to be a better deal, right? It's less money per kilogram. And you can also kind of see that the value I had up here, right, per kilogram, you can see that I also could have just changed this into, like this was that many dollars per gram. You can see that that's really similar to this number as well, right? And we also at that point could have actually moved the decimal place over 3 times as well. Okay, number 2. Oh man, that baby. Okay, she has a bottle now. I think we're good for a minute. Okay, so this one says Surge is shopping for some protein powder. His local health store is selling it at 1.5 kilograms for $78. Surge looks at Costco and it costs 147 for 2.5 kilograms. We just gotta compare those two. Is all we need to do. So, all we gotta do is we usually want to figure out dollars per mass or yeah, kilograms. So let's just do that. So we'll just go. The first one was 1.5. Whoa, that was terrible. 1.5. Whoop, dollars per kilogram. $78 per. So when I say per, I'm saying divided by 1.5 kilograms. Let's just figure out what that is. So just in your calculator. Okay, so the first one is $52 per 1 kilogram. So I say dash one or kilograms. So that's the first one. And now we can compare it, because if we now we put this one in, we're gonna have 147.50 divided by 2.5 kilograms. Okay, so that ends up being 50. What do they say? 59. $59 per kilogram. So the first one was the better deal. It was less money for 1 kilogram. So I'm actually going to end that video there and pick up. I'm going to skip a few, actually, let you guys do them, but pick up in the next video. So see you in the next video.